Good morning, you guys. Okay, we're at day 11, I believe. So we're technically more than halfway through. So hopefully, you guys are kind of getting in the groove, picking up better habits and kind of layering everything on. Hopefully, you've really nailed your protein in. You're getting in the fruits and veggies easier than maybe a couple days ago. Hopefully, movement has become just second nature because it needs to be. And water. Hopefully, you're feeling better with water. But, anyways, today's post is about sleep and stress. And so, what I find with clients, but adults in general, is that everybody feels like they can kind of like white knuckle everything. Let me move this. White knuckle everything, and like it'll just be fine. But the truth is, if our stress is high, it does really negative things in the body, right? So I mean, we can pretend like we can kind of like mentally we can get through the high stress, but it takes a toll on your nervous system for sure. It takes a toll on your hormones, right? And same thing if like our stress is high for whatever reason, whether it's an event, your career, family situations, or like something you're temporarily going through, that it definitely takes a toll. And so it takes a toll on like, digestion, on our hormones, like our hunger hormones. And so there's that. Cortisol. If you're not sleeping and if you're high stressed, your cortisol level is going to be high, which means it affects how your insulin and how you're processing blood sugar. It affects if you can or can't basically lose body fat. So a lot of people tend to, I find that they just kind of think that they can, like, sleep's optional, or because I'm like quote unquote managing my stress, which you're really kind of not, right? Because if we just live in fight or flight, that's not managing stress. We're not designed to function at that level without, at that level at all. And if you do, there are repercussions. And so if you find that you've really dialed everything in over time and you're still not dropping any body fat, we have to, like, this is when you have to adult. You cannot keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. Like if you are doom scrolling at night, in your bed on your phone, if you are up watching TV, if you are just like falling asleep on the couch, like sleep routine, sleep hygiene has to be a part of this, because sleep above everything, right? And that's something that I've really made a priority as I recover from this injury. If my body doesn't have what it needs to recover, it just never will. And so I have to, like, we all have to have boundaries. We have to respect our body and we have to give it like what it needs. So sleep above everything, because your body has to recover. And stress has to be taken under, be managed, okay? Whether that's like whatever we're doing, whether we are, I have a kid walking in, whether we are journaling, which a lot of people don't like to do, but I find is incredibly important. So journaling, whether you journal and keep a book, that's great. Or maybe you write down on a piece of paper and you keep that piece of paper, or you crumble it up or throw it away, or maybe you burn that piece of paper, because I know I have some people that do that. And they actually find it very, relieving to burn the piece of paper, whatever. So wherever you're at, but we've got to manage. We have to talk about what's going on, how we're dealing with it, because once you get it out of like your brain and out onto paper, there's a lot of healing that happens there. So I really suggest journaling. You can do things like meditation, yoga, whatever works for you, some sort of relaxing something, stretching, but you guys have to get off of your phone and really face your emotions and your situations that you're going through. But this is part of adulting. It's also having boundaries, and so whether it's boundaries with our sleep hygiene and how we're going to bed, when we're going to bed, where we're going to bed, because if you're falling asleep on the couch and then in the middle of the night waking up and going up to going to your bed, that's not going to work for you. And then also boundaries within our careers or whatever else is pressing. So if, I feel like I'm teaching my kids to have boundaries in their lives, And I tell them, like, if we don't learn this now, at some point, it's not going to magically happen because there are adults that don't have boundaries. So I encourage you to either reach out to me or talk to somebody and, you know, establish boundaries in your life. So if you're not losing fat and you're living in fight or flight and your stress is like off the charts and you're not sleeping, you know, we need to get that in check. So I'm happy to talk with you guys about that. Sleep is not optional. You can't just like keep cutting it out and thinking that you're going to function and perform. So let me know what your questions are about that. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Bye.